This is the Jim Liebo Show, where we're diving into the truth about CBD oil, its many uses, benefits, and life-changing capabilities. Here's your host, Jim Liebo.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jim Liebo, and I'm the president of Clean Leaf Pharmaceutical and MedicineMan.Global. And this is actually our pilot show, so I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. And what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about my life story, and then we'll get a little bit more detailed into the company and our products and how it can be useful for you. So once again, as I said, my name is Jim Liebo, and over the past years, I was an athlete before this, played in the World League, and injured my neck really the first time when I was playing, and from that time, after breaking my neck, I decided not to play anymore, and I moved on. But unfortunately, within 12 years, I was hit by 2 drunk drivers, and that really put a lot of damage on my neck, and was forced at that time, because I severed my spine. It gave me a tremendous wake-up about what it really takes to recover, to get through, how to drop inflammation in your body. And it was a big change in my life. And I one of the guys that I had gone through rehab with, he was getting better. We both had 2 separate doctors at Baylor. And his doctor told him, because we used to shake kind of like we had Parkinson's disease, and he told him that we should, smoke marijuana. And I said, well, I don't do that. That's not going to cut it for me. But every 90 days we'd meet, and I would notice that his shakes was getting better and mine weren't. And I really started putting the thought process in, do I need to do this? Is this going to hurt me? I've never been involved in doing this. I don't know anything really about the medical cannabis world. But at the time, I went to a couple of neurosurgeons and talked with them, and they kind of laughed at me almost like I was an idiot that marijuana was going to be a problem, when the pharmaceutical industry is saying, okay, you should have, 14 Percocets in you along with, a fentanyl patch, which is, real close to Prince, who passed away, which I knew years ago. And I didn't want to be caught in that position, so we utilize my products that come from my company, and it's literally cut, the amount of pills that I have to take down to 2 pills a day. And that is a huge, huge change from where they put me, because I ended up getting somewhat of a liver problem, and I didn't want to have that problem. So I needed to look into an alternative space. And at the time, there was a lot of things in the background of my family that I felt I need to do something for this. And so my oldest son, who's 28 now, when he was 4, he had a massive stroke, liver failure, kidney failure. And it was caused by epileptic seizures. And we didn't know at that time. There wasn't the internet to search out. There wasn't the abilities that other people have today to learn what you do. So we kind of had to wing it, trying to figure out everything that we could and to listen to the doctors of what they had to say. But, they basically said, that, he probably wouldn't live long, and everything else. Well, he's 28 years old today, so through the products and different things, it's made a difficult change. An immediate change in his life. And then we have heavy Crohn's disease in our family as well. My son has it. Both my sisters have it. So we're in the process of making sure that we develop the right products that people need to help them. We're not just a company that's out there to sell products. We're a company that's out there to actually make a difference in the person's life. And by doing that, it's going to give us the ability to see a little bit closer what's wrong with the patient, because most people don't understand when you walk into a store, you can either buy something that's infused, you can buy something that, is a tincture that goes under your tongue, you can buy capsules. There's a lot of different ways that you can take that product, but the product affects you in a lot of different ways. So it's very important to get a good understanding, and that's one of the reasons why when we look at our company, We want to be different than every other company that's out there. We have, when you look at the space that we're in, we have from hemp through CBD through THC. And each one of those products are delivered to you differently. The THC, as long as we have a doctor's recommendation, I'm able to ship that product to you anywhere in the U.S. Okay? The hemp products that we make, those are 100% legal anywhere in the United States. The CBD laws of what we do, we fall under the guidelines of everything through the government. The hemp side of it, the reason why the product is 100% legal across the United States is our product is produced from industrial hemp, okay, which is illegal. We fall under a bill 2 years ago that was put together that qualifies us to still stay from the legal side, and we're grandfathered in on the agricultural law. And when you look at the people that are taking the products today, that have fibromyalgia, if you have fibromyalgia out there and you take our pills, this isn't something that you're going to take for 2-3 weeks. This is something that you're going to take, and within the first couple hours, you're going to notice the difference immediately. I don't care if you have fibromyalgia, if you have epileptic seizures, if you have MS, if you have Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's. Every one of these type of situations, our product will work for you. And we're getting ready to produce a bottle giveaway that will be released here soon. And you'll be able to go out to our site, which is cleanleafpharmaceutical.com. Actually, I take that back. It's cleanleafpharma, PHARMA.com. And then we also have medicineman.global for the THC products that you need shipped to you now. And then from there, what we do is we take a look at your case along with the physicians that we have and the equipment that we have and to be able to help you, because not only do we have what we have built in the United States, but we also have a full cancer center in Costa Rica that we send people there that, that are either in stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3 at the time, with the particular ailment that they have. So it's very important for you guys to go out and check cleanleafpharma.com and also check out medicineman.com. But when I went back and I took a look at from my own personal side, the difference is I used to shake like I had Parkinson's disease. I had no quality of life. I couldn't really get out of bed. I knew that it took me 3 years to be able to stand and walk again. And it was very difficult at the time for me to make this decision to move over to the medical cannabis side of the industry, because I had never done it before. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like everybody else that's out there in the crowd right now that's listening to this, wondering, what is hemp going to do for me? Hemp is really the byproduct in CBD that gives you the healing process of what you need. Most people think, well, if I go smoke, some THC, I'll be fine. That isn't necessarily true. The THC comes in, there's different parts of the THCs with your delta, your delta 9s and your delta 8s that help open the receptors in your body to allow the CBD to be able to enter in there at the strongest points. Most people probably aren't even aware that your body automatically already has receptors in your body. So it's like anything else. You need to be able to keep the receptors full inside the body so that you can fight off the things that you need to fight off on a daily basis. And, so from the supplement side, every single morning somebody should wake up and make sure that they've got that supplement into their body, and they'll notice a drastic change about how they feel. So it's a great opportunity at that time for people to get started at the hemp aspect of the products that we have, which we have a lotion, capsules, e-juice, a tincture. So I want everybody to go out to Clean Leaf Pharma.
The Jim Liebo Show will be right back. And we're back. Here's your host, Jim Liebo.
I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Jim Liebo Show. And next coming up is I'd like to introduce to everybody Josh Hendricks. Josh, are you on the line with us?
I am. I'm sitting here out of my farm in Kentucky.
Okay, great. Yeah, Josh is he's a hemp farmer. He's in Kentucky. He knows a tremendous amount, the CBD world, and that's his world out there. So I'm going to go ahead and let him talk a little bit about CBD and how it helps everybody, the growing process, what he goes through to make sure that he produces a quality product that allows that product to be built into what you would be able to take. So, Josh, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to you, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. For the listeners out there, I work for CV Sciences out of San Diego, and CV Sciences is a life science company producing hemp-derived CBD products for in our consumer division. And that brand that you're going to look for is Plus CBD Oil. And then we also have a vape line called Purified Liquids. And there was a great article in Forbes today about people who use cannabidiol. 50% of people who use it, more popular in women, transitioning from all of their other medications to just strictly CBD or phytocannabinoids. And so that just kind of excites me to see it going mainstream now after years of working on this. And you mentioned that I'm a hemp farmer. I grow hemp on my farm here in Central Kentucky, and I'm able to do that because I have a license through the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, and many states do this: Colorado, Vermont, North Carolina. You're seeing others come on board, all growing under the Farm Bill, which is for research. And so, because of that, there's a little bit of limitations in processing and investment in processing. And but we just saw on Friday, Congressman James Comer introduced the 2017 Hemp Farming Act, which needs some work, and that work can be done both as it goes to the congressional committees, and I know we're going to have some big support over in the Senate on some of that, but really allowing the commercialization of this crop domestically so that companies like CV Sciences and Nativa and Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps and all of these mainstay hemp brands that you see out there don't have to go to other countries to get that material to put in their products. So that's what I've been working on for the past couple of years. Here, both growing hemp here, like I said, working a lot on the legislation side and the lobbying efforts to get this crop freed up and get all the hemp-derived products, whether that's food or fiber or phytocannabinoids. Everything coming from hemp needs to be commercialized and the market really open up, and you're starting to see a lot of traction with that.
Yeah, and I think, part of the reason why you see some of that, we'll come back to the cannabinoid area on it, but the reason why they brought out, some of the laws and the things that they did is and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but hemp is harvested at a different time than a normal plant would be harvested. So what they're saying is the government is they want to make sure, because that there's people out there that can manipulate the plant to what they want it to do. And this is really where the region of what they're trying to do, as far as the state, the federal government itself, is to make sure that they get people that aren't manipulating the plant and that are harvesting at the right time, to be able to do it.
Well, hemp is actually legally defined as cannabis sativa with 0.3% THC or less.
Right.
And globally, there's 40 to 60 varieties that are certified globally within that threshold that, they're generations and generations of seed old. They're not gonna, no matter what the outdoor conditions, and that's how this should be looked at, as an outdoor agricultural crop. There's some people playing a fine game with the cloning and the indoor operations of growing hemp, which legally at 0.29999% THC, it is hemp. And I think what you're going to see is a shift towards agricultural hemp and some regulations being put down on, for breeding and other things. That's great. But this plant comes from a seed. It's not, you don't clone tomatoes. And, if you start with a hemp seed, you end with a hemp product, everything within those boundaries should be fair play when we get through all this.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there's always a couple people out there that ruin it for everybody else. Because most people are doing, their companies, they run it legally the right way and produce the products the right way. And
Well, and there's something to be said about medicinal cannabis and all the different properties and the THC ratios and all that stuff. I mean, that's science. I mean, there's certainly people working on that. We're years away from understanding it. But in terms of the food and the fiber and the naturally occurring phytocannabinoids in the certified hemp plants, there's certainly a market for that. I mean, we just came out with our raw line, our soft gels, and we've always had our raw balm, because the people, we're in 1,200 plus health food stores across the country now. Our customer base wants it as natural as it comes, and when they love the fact that it's outdoor, Mother Nature, grown with food grade standards, and really processed with some real scientific quality control and real understanding of what's going into that product.
Yeah, I mean, we've been really, again, our company is Pharma, .com, and then I've also got medicineman.global.
Nice.
And they're two separate companies. We also have in Costa Rica, we have a cancer facility down there. So, and then we have machines that can actually read the body to see where the inflammation or the injuries or different things.
Wow.
that come in, so we've added all these other processes into it. Listen, it's anybody can create a product out there, and that there's a lot of products out there that are very low with the hemp amount or CBD that they put into the product. If you were to go out there and test it, so I've seen that from patients. I've seen it all the way around. But what we're doing is I want to have a good quality product that I can start with. Then I move that product through, when it goes through Clean Leaf Pharma and we go out there and we sell it, that person knows that they've got, the top quality product that's in the industry out there. And that's why when, we look at fibromyalgia or we look at MS or we look at epileptic seizures or, Alzheimer's, whatever it is, any of those type of things, the product works very well for them. And, and I see it differently in other products that are out there with what people are doing. They're just trying to get involved in the industry, but there's a big difference about being involved. I kind of look at business, it's like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. So when we look at our side of it, we want to make sure that we're giving them the best product that we can, and we're going to start working with pharmacies and doctors and everything else to really do something good for the patient than to just sell a hope and a dream. And I don't want that.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's important. We tell our retailers all the time, they're calling us saying, hey, we're thinking about bringing in a second or a third brand, which we're not opposed to. I mean, the more quality brands that are available on the shelf, the better the industry looks and the more legitimate we look. And we always tell those folks, look, make sure that they're using certified labs or using third-party testing, that their lab is certified, that their facility is GMP certified, good manufacturing practices, and that they're working towards GRAS status, generally regarded as safe. That they're, we did a good job of hiring people from the natural products industry, coming from different places, but Nordic Naturals and different places that understand labeling and marketing and how to get this stuff on shelves and get it out there properly. And like you said, really focus on the quality control and make sure that we understand what's in every bottle, and that the customer feels confident that we've done that, and that they feel confident in taking that and put it into their body. And I think that's why we've had the good results we've had.
Yeah, because it's once again, I mean, if somebody goes out to Clean Leaf, cleanleafpharma.com and they buy our product, it's very easy to sell somebody the first time. It's a lot harder to get the second order. And that's when you really know that you're a company at that stage of the game. So, so we're down to about 30 seconds left in it. Do you want to give us a little ending as far as your company and stuff like that? And then, I'd like to talk to you further, downstream as well. So.
Yeah, sure. You can check out all of our product lines at pluscbdoil.com. And if you're interested in more information about the hemp industry, I actually have a radio show myself called the Hemp Happy Hour. You can find it on iTunes.
The Jim Liebo Show will return shortly.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you being.
And we're back. Here's your host, Jim Liebo.
And yes, we are back. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that's out there listening. It's without having you guys, then we don't have a show. So I do appreciate that everybody is, checking it out, listening to what we have to offer. And this is something new for a lot of people. But what I'd like to do now is take a little bit of time to just let everybody know, really, the products that we have, what it can work for, how it can help you, how you can become a better person, feel a little bit better, and change some of the current ailments that you may have in the body right now that have been bothering you, products that you've been trying that haven't worked, and you've wasted a lot of money. As I mentioned, the top areas that you want to see are people with fibromyalgia, people with MS, people with epileptic seizures, people with Parkinson's disease, all different types of aspects. Our product works for them, and what we're going to do is we're going to cover every possible area that we can to make sure that the body gets what it needs. So we have a whole chef program that's coming out. We'll have pre-made food that's healthy, that you'll be able to put into the microwave or into the oven. You'll be able to cook it, and you'll be able to get your medicine that way. That will be releasing here soon. Currently, right now, on the market that we have, we're very anal about the products that we buy. They have to be the top products in the industry. Most of the people that are out there, or I would say a lot of them, they probably register in the strength area of around 30-some%. We register up into the 70-some% as far as pure quality of how the product is, which makes a tremendous difference about how well it works for the body. The arm actually feels like if you were to dump gasoline on it and light it. That's how it feels all day long. So you can imagine the pain, that I have coming through every day. That's what I have to deal with. But the products that I have help that, and they work for it. So when I take the capsules, then also I'll use the salve, and I'll take the salve and I'll put that on, I would say for about 10 minutes before I get it rubbed in good into the area, and then I come back with our lotion. And you will find that product, will immediately remove that pain from you. And it's worked absolutely great in all different facets. I actually had one person that took our product, and his doctor had told him he needed rotator cuff surgery. He used our product, and the pain was completely gone the next day. He called me up, and he said, "Is this something magic?" And I said, "Well, I was never good at magic. But I said I was good at finding, my father used to tell me in business years ago that you don't need to know all the answers. You just need to know where to go find them. And so what I've done is I've gone out there and found the best people that I can find in the industry. I spent 3.5 years traveling, meeting people. Found a lot of bad people in the beginning and eventually ended up with the top people that I needed to make sure that we make the best product and we do the best that we can do for the consumer that's out there. So it doesn't matter, what incident, or what element that you have. We look at everything, from anxiety. I mean, if you've got bad anxiety, our product's going to work well for you to cut down the anxiety level on it. If you have Parkinson's, it's going to work for you on that side. If you have fibromyalgia, okay, which is, it's an uncontrollable pain. There's over 10 million people in this country that have fibromyalgia. Okay, there isn't a product out there. A lot of them are using Lyrica or different types of pills like that do not work as well as the product that we have. And you'll hear as we constantly go on, I will bring on different people that are taking our products that you'll get the opportunity to hear how it's actually working for them, how well it's done for them, what type of product they use for the particular element that they had. And you'll notice the difference. And the nice thing about, the product that we're using when we go onto the hemp side, it's kind of weird because you're never going to hear this. When you look at the TV set and you see every element that the company's telling you that yes, you might pass out, you may have high fever, you may have itching, you may have this. You don't have any of these problems. I mean, what other product in this country is advertised where they advertise every possible bad thing that can happen to you and then we run out there and then the doctor prescribes it to us and we buy that pill? I mean, something like that is absolutely unbelievable how this country's been trained to do what they've been trained to do. When you look at our products that are 100% natural, that the more that you take, it only makes you feel better. And you cannot OD from our pills. There's absolutely, from the Clean Leaf side of it, cleanleafpharma.com, when you go out there and you look at those products, every single one of those products are legal here in the United States. Every single one of those products will solve issues that you have. And this is the stuff that needs to get into your body every single day, okay? You need that supplement. And it's going to make a big difference on how you feel. So it's 100% natural, and it will work, and it will make you feel 100 times better than you currently feel right now. So my suggestion would be to make sure that when you utilize these products, the one thing that you're going to notice when you take these products, you're not going to feel any difference in the body at all. There's no THC in there. It's not going to get you high. It's just going to make you feel better. It's not going to alter any way that you feel except for making you feel better. So that's an absolute wonderful feeling to know that when you're taking that pill that you're going to get that type of feeling out of there. Now, the pill doesn't need to be taken, or the tincture, or the salve, or the lotions, or whatever. You could be working out in your yard and you twist wrong and you get a little pain in your back. You can take our product and you can use it for that specific day, and you don't have to use it. You'll probably use it for 1 or 2 days, and then you don't need to use the product until the next time you're hurt. So you don't have to have a constant element of fibromyalgia or this or that. It can be used for any type of pain that you need. As a matter of fact, we're coming out, with a product for tattoo right now, so that when you're getting a tattoo done, we're also coming out with, for people that work out, we're coming out with a nighttime recovery pill. We've got cooking oils that we're looking at in the future to come out so that you can make, everything from the start to finish as far as your products and all of that as well. So we've got everything, at cleanleafpharma.com. You can take a look at, those products that are out there and realize that you're okay. None of those. Now, on the Medicine Man Global, medicineman.global is how you have to put it in. It's not a .com. It's not a anything else. It's medicineman.global. And you'll be able to meet with our doctors, and he'll be able to discuss with you some of the issues that you have, and we'll be able to send to you the product that you need, the THC product, that will help, that particular incident that you need. So there are two separate companies that we do. So, once again, I'd like to make sure that everybody's aware of it. It's cleanleafpharma.com and medicineman.global. Those are the two companies that you need to go out, research, take a look at, and trust me, you buy the product, you will love it. So I'd like to thank everybody, for listening, and we're going to go to break right now. And
join us next time for another episode of The Jim Liebo Show. Jim Liebo is the president of Clean Leaf Pharmaceuticals. Shop the online store for CBD capsules, e-juice, lotion, and more at cleanleafpharma.com. cleanleafpharma.com.